For 2021, the Dodge Charger returns for its 16th model year since being released as a 2006 version. As I do every year for as many Mopar cars as possible, this video is going to be a full buying guide, or you can call it a lineup overview, for the 2021 Charger. This is going to include pretty much every single option for each model in the lineup, such as colors, features, packages, and performance, along with the prices and photos. Hopefully this guide can help you decide on a model, or maybe you'll just find it interesting to see what's offered. Another note, this is for all American cars only, with US prices and options. Also another disclaimer, not much has changed for this car for the past few years. So let's get into it. This year the lineup looks mostly the same with 7 different trim levels. The SXT, GT, RT, Scat Pack Widebody, and Hellcat Widebody are all back again. There's just one extra model this year, which would be the SRT Hellcat Widebody Redeye. So we'll begin with the two V6 models, the SXT and the GT, and they get the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 engine with 292 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque on the SXT, and 300 horsepower and 264 pound-feet of torque on the GT. Both come with the 8-speed automatic, and in fact, every model in the entire lineup has just that one automatic transmission available. Rear-wheel drive is standard on every model, but you can bump up to all-wheel drive for $3,000 on the SXT and GT only. Miles per gallon is 19 city and 30 highway for the rear-wheel drive V6, and 18 city and 27 highway MPG for the all-wheel drive V6. I will also throw up a performance chart adding to it for each model that we cover. This just takes a look at the 0 to 60 and quarter mile times for each model. So the first model is the SXT with a base price of $29,995, the same price as 2020. Some standard features include the Uconnect 4 with a 7-inch touchscreen and Apple CarPlay, and a Park View rear backup camera. The SXT has 7 packages offered. Some of the more notable ones would be the Black Top package, the Plus group, and the Technology group, and you can find everything on screen. There are 3 wheel options for the SXT. 17 by 7 inch comes standard, and the other 2 you can only get if you choose certain packages, including 20 by 8 inch Black Noise and 20 by 8 inch Satin Carbon. And the all-wheel drive versions have their own wheels, 19 by 7.5 inch. On the inside, cloth seats are standard, but you can upgrade to Napa leather or houndstooth cloth. As for some extra options, you can add an Alpine audio system for $1,095, a power sunroof for $1,295, and some trivial items like locking lug nuts and a cargo net. The second model is the GT for a base price of $31,995, also the same price as last year. Features include the full SRT look, including the performance hood with functional hood scoop, front splitter, and performance steering and suspension. This look used to be reserved for just the Scat Pack and Up models before 2018, but that all changed in 2019, and honestly it makes quite a big difference. There's also houndstooth cloth seats with performance bolsters, and a leather-wrapped performance steering wheel with paddle shifters. There are 8 packages to be had here. All of them are the same as the SXT except for the performance handling group. That's $1,595 and adds wider wheels, black Brembo calipers and rotors, and a leather flat-bottom steering wheel. The GT gets 4 different wheel choices, 20 by 8 inch Satin Carbon and Black Noise, and 20 by 9 inch lights out painted wheels with the performance handling group. And all-wheel drive wheels are the same as the SXT. Additional paid features here include red brake calipers, 2 45/45 ZR20 BSW performance tires, and a $1,500 gloss black painted roof. Now we move to our first V8 model, the RT, which starts at $36,995, a $500 increase from 2020, and also a $5,000 increase from the GT. This adds the 5.7-liter V8 Hemi with 370 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque. This engine gets 16 city and 25 highway MPG. But aside from the V8, the RT doesn't get too much improvements over the GT models, as it does look the same. Some differences would be the RT and Hemi badging, and an electronically controlled active exhaust. The RT has a whopping 10 packages for 2020, and there's 2 big ones that stand out. First, the Daytona Edition group will transform your car into an RT Daytona for $3,995, and that adds tons of features like the Daytona decals and badging, Daytona suede seats, different wheels, a cold air intake, and other premium features. There's also the carbon and suede interior package that costs $15.95 and adds a headliner and pillars that are fully covered in suede, as well as real carbon fiber inserts. This year, the RT also has the most wheel options ever, with 5 different 20-inch offerings that will vary depending on your package selections. The interior again has cloth seats standard, but there is the option for Napa Alcantara seats, or those suede Daytona seats. Extra paid options for the RT that we haven't seen this far would be the 19-speaker Harman Kardon audio system, a Daytona car cover, and $995 dual carbon racing stripes. Moving on to the Scat Pack, again, not much has changed at all, but it still packs a powerful punch, giving you the 6.4-liter 392 Hemi V8 for a starting price of $41,095, making it $600 more expensive than last year. The output here is 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque, and the engine is rated at 15 city and 24 highway mpg. Standard features include Brembo 4-piston calipers at all 4 wheels, launch assist, line lock, launch control, SRT performance pages, an active exhaust, heated performance cloth seats, a leather steering wheel, and 20 by 9 inch wheels. So this is the first model where we see quite a few upgrades, making it one of the best choices for those that want a V8, as it's about $5,000 more than the RT, but it's tens of thousands less than the expensive Hellcats. The Scat Pack has 8 packages, many that we've already seen, and there is also a Daytona Edition group to turn your Scat Pack into a Daytona 392 model if you desire. The one package we haven't seen yet would be the $2,295 Dynamics package, which adds black 6-piston front Brembo calipers, a leather flat-bottom SRT steering wheel, 20 by 9.5 inch wheels, and 275/40 ZR20 tires. This year there were 3 types of wheels offered on the Scat Pack. The standard are 20 by 9 inch low-gloss granite crystal, while there's wider 20 by 9.5 inch forged aluminum wheels, either had with the Daytona Edition group or the Dynamics package, and there is a brand new offering which would be the 20 by 9.5 inch brass monkey wheels for $1,095. The interior surprisingly comes standard with cloth performance seats that have the Scat Pack B logo, but there's also the Daytona logo Napa Alcantara seats and Scat Pack logo Napa Alcantara seats. There are also plenty of extra paint options, like a satin black hood, roof, trunk, and spoiler combo, just a satin black roof, and an adaptive damping suspension. Next up is the Scat Pack Widebody, which also returns for 2021, starting at $46,595, which is a slight $100 increase from 2020. So over a regular Scat Pack, the Widebody package will add 3.5 inch wider fender flares, wider side sills, and integrated front and rear fascias, a performance fascia with male slot air opening, wider 20 by 11 inch Devil's Rim wheels, and 305/35 ZR20 tires. You also get the Bilstein adaptive damping suspension where you can customize the ride stiffness, a leather flat bottom steering wheel, and 6-piston Brembos up front with 4 pistons in the rear. So all in all, you get everything I just listed there for a $5,500 premium over the Scat Pack if you look at the MSRP. We won't go over the package and options as there's nothing new here from the regular Scat Pack, and the Widebody does have 2 wheel options, both 20 by 11 inches in all 4 corners. Now we reach the Hellcats, where we'll spend the bulk of our time. The SRT Hellcat Widebody used to be the top trim level, but now it gets pushed back by 1 by the Hellcat Redeye. There's also no Hellcat available in narrow body, it's Widebody or nothing. The cost this year is $69,995, which is actually a $2,100 increase from 2020. Found under the hood is the 6.2-liter supercharged V8 with 717 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, so that's a boost of 10 horsepower from 2020. Aside from the Widebody package, with the Hellcat you'll get the Widebody competition suspension, a performance hood with heat extractors, 20 by 11 inch carbon black wheels with 305 Pirelli P0 standard, and an SRT track experience day where you get a 1-day driving experience at a track. Getting into some of the other features, each Hellcat will get the adaptive damping suspension with an SRT-tuned Bilstein 3-mode system with Auto, Sport, and Track mode. Auto gives you a sporty but compliant ride, Sport mode is firm for the best handling, and Track mode gives you that firm handling along with performance shifting and gear holding. Electric power steering is featured for better steering feel, and that can also be adjusted to the driver's preferences. A larger induction airbox has been added to all the Hellcats for a steady supply of cool outside air, and beneath the wide wheels are 2-piece Brembo 15.7 inch front rotors with 6-piston calipers, and 13.8 inch rear rotors with 4-piston calipers. Inside on the 8.4 inch Uconnect touchscreen, you can access the SRT drive modes, with Street, Sport, and Track modes, where the driver can adjust the transmission shift speeds, steering, paddle shifters, traction, and suspension settings. There's also the SRT performance pages, which gives you access to tons of useful real-time data. Other drag-specific features here include launch assist, launch control, and line lock. The Hellcat has just 3 packages this year, as the Power Convenience group is no longer offered from last year. There's also 3 wheels for the Hellcat Widebody. The stock ones were the paid option on the Scat Pack Widebody. Those would be the 20 by 11 inch carbon black aluminum wheels. And the paid options here are Brass Monkey and Warp Seed Granite. The interior here has the Laguna leather seats stock with the Hellcat logo on them, but there is an option for Alcantara Laguna seats as well. As for the extra options, the Hellcat does add quite a few. There are a total of 5 dual racing stripe options: blue, gunmetal, red, silver, and carbon, whereas most of the other models had just the carbon option. Under the wheels you can opt for 3 different brake caliper colors: black, gunmetal, or orange. There's also red seatbelts for $395 and demonic red seats for $295, and the rest of the options carry over from lesser trim levels. So now we reach the final model, the Hellcat Redeye, a brand new Charger for 2021. The Challenger got one in 2019, and now 2 years later the Charger follows suit. The cost is a jump of $8,600 over the regular Hellcat Widebody, so it comes in at $78,595. All of the packages, wheels, and other options are the exact same as the regular Hellcat, so we will just go over the new Redeye features. It still looks almost the same as the Hellcat, but there is a redesigned performance hood and an airbox opening near the wheel liner. All of those improvements create 18% greater airflow than the Hellcat engine, which is equivalent to 1,134 cubic feet per minute, which is also equal to 89 adults simultaneously emptying their lungs in 1 second. So it may not look like too much, but it is actually quite a bit of an improvement for airflow. The SRT Hellcat Redeye gets identical performance to the Challenger Redeye with the supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi high-output V8 with 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque, again paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. The performance times are relatively similar between the Redeye and the regular Hellcat Widebody, 3.5 versus 3.6 seconds. There is some decent improvement on the quarter mile, as the regular Hellcat Widebody can do 0 to 60 in about 11 seconds at 125 miles an hour, and tops out at 196 miles per hour. The Redeye Widebody can do the quarter mile about 0.4 of a second faster in 10.6 seconds at 129 miles per hour, and it does top out 7 miles per hour faster at 203 miles per hour. The one change to the transmission from the Hellcat will be an upgraded torque converter, which gives an 18% increase in torque multiplication. Compared to the standard Hellcat engine, there are 25 major component upgrades, like a larger supercharger, strengthened connecting rods and pistons, high-speed valve train, and different fuel injection systems and improved lubrication systems. The supercharger is the largest of any production car, up from 2.4 liters to 2.7 liters. The boost pressure has been increased to 14.5 psi from 11.6 psi, the RPM limit has increased to 6,500 RPMs, and there are 2 dual-stage fuel pumps instead of just 1. The Charger Redeye also gets some extra features from the Demon, like Torque Reserve, SRT Power Chiller, and the After Run Chiller, and I'll try to display some of those features on screen if you are interested. The interior features Laguna leather seats standard that are embossed with the SRT Hellcat logo, but the Redeye one-ups the Hellcat in a few different areas, so it does have the 220 mile per hour speedometer, the Redeye logo on the splash screen on the startup, and a Redeye logo on the key fobs. So that's it for all the models. Now we can quickly look at the colors. Last year there were 13, plus B5 Blue that was reserved just for the limited edition Daytona Hellcat model. This year all the same colors return, so you can find those all on screen, and there are a couple colors that were late editions last year, so that would include Hell Raisin, Smoke Show, Frostbite, and Cinnamon Stick. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed checking out all that the 2021 Dodge Charger has to offer, and make sure to let me know if you want to see more buying guides across the Dodge and Chrysler lineup. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.